Let's bring in criminal defense attorney and federal litigator Vikas Bajaj. Let's start at the Eric Adams case, Vic, if we can. I want to lay out the charges here. Count 1, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and to receive a campaign contributions by foreign nationals. Count 2, wire fraud. Count 3, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national. Count 4, solicitation of a contribution by a former national. Count 5, also bribery. Sounds like he's in trouble, Vic. What do you make of the case and then bringing that at this point in time? Seems like this happened a while back.
It did, and federal investigations, as we've talked about many times before, Trace, take a while to come to fruition. We know that this case has been going on for at least a year. There have been aides, campaign aides, and people working in his office that have been interviewed after having search warrants executed. The timeliness isn't that much of an issue for me as a criminal defense practitioner in federal court. Right. It's kind of a normal timeline here. The charges are very serious. Now, when we say bribery or corruption, that sounds very serious, but theft of a federal program is really going to be potentially the death knell in this case, because the amount of dollars, like we talk about numbers in federal cases, right. It's grams of drugs, it's number of firearms, it's people that are being imported into the country without proper paperwork. It's numbers, and here it's numbers of dollars. The numbers of dollars increase substantially the criminal punishment in federal cases. Right. Here we're talking about $10 to $20 million, according to the 50-plus page indictment here.
We've talked a lot about the Southern District of New York, that the attorneys down there are pretty good. Here's Damian Williams, the U.S. attorney for Southern District of New York, said this. Watch.
Just because Adams received benefits for free, that doesn't mean that there weren't strings attached. As we allege, a particular Turkish government official behind many of the benefits Adams sought and accepted gave Adams all these things to gain influence over him. We allege that Adams knew that and took the benefits anyway.
I mean, they're alleging that the mayor of New York was bought and paid for, in essence, Vic.
Well, that's correct. Now, bribery is an interesting statute. You can give a gift and you can receive a gift. Sure. But if the quid pro quo is absent, meaning that it caused something to happen, that is an insufficient charge. And so when we talk about bribery in this context, we talk about upgrades of business class to first class trips around the world. Yeah. Did that cause, for instance, as the indictment says, a phone call from the mayor's office to the fire department saying, hey, let's go ahead and speed this approval up when it otherwise shouldn't be? That's a fact-intensive defense that we can expect to be raised. That's a more difficult case for the prosecution. Yep. The easier case is the paper case, the federal fraud.
Quickly on the Politico writing this about Trump's civil case. Appeals court judges appeared to question the legitimacy of civil fraud case against Donald Trump as the former president urged the court Thursday to overturn a judgment against him that has ballooned with interest to more than $478 million. Sounds like, at the very least, Vic, they're gonna knock this thing down.
Or make a recommendation to go back to the lower court to reevaluate the damages. There can be no doubt when you listen to the words of the judges on that appellate court there, they were very concerned with both the statute of limitations, the compounding of these, as well as the sanctions on the attorneys who are doing their best to fight for that defendant, in that case, President Trump. Yeah. Clearly bothered by the case, Trace.
Clearly bothered. Vic, thank you.